Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. And today is our Redskins edition of the show, and it's been a long process. They've interviewed several candidates, and finally they hire Jay Gruden, a guy for the Cincinnati Bengals who's the offensive coordinator and really molded Andy Dalton into the quarterback that he is today. He took over there right during the lockout season, so really didn't have a lot of time with the quarterback, but did an excellent job that season and did nothing but progress in the years following. Now, some would say that, they didn't win the playoffs, so why would you hire a guy like that? But really, does that fall on the offensive coordinator, or does that fall on the head coach? I think it's kind of obvious there. I mean, he is the OC, he does call the plays. Sometimes that has a little something to do with it, but it all comes down to head coaches and quarterbacks making right decisions. So I'm not going to look at that, but I think as a guy who's fresh, hungry to coach, hungry to teach, I think you look at his background, this guy is going to be the right choice is the right choice for the Washington Redskins. Again, you look at the process that the organization went through to get Coach Gruden. I think they did an excellent job. I don't care if he was the guy all along, but I think this is what all Redskins were asking for. Dan Snyder sitting in the background like he should, and whoever the GM is, whether it's GM by committee, Bruce Allen taking the lead in that, and him doing the searching, I thought that was the way that everyone wanted to see it done, and they did an excellent job of going through the right chains of command to go through a coaching search like a normal team. Excellent job, and very happy to have Gruden here in Washington. Now, some other news of note. We have McVay, who most people thought that in early reports that would be the OC. And I don't care what people think. I know he was a part of the Shanahan staff. But I think if you read some reports that were given about McVay from Redskins players, he seems to be a very well-liked guy on that staff, a very knowledgeable guy, knowing a lot of the positions, if not every position on the football field, even knowing where they're supposed to be and being able to give instruction in that regard. And that's very important for an offensive coordinator, knowing the positions on the field. That combination there, I know Gruden said that he would be calling the plays this upcoming season, but I think it's a way to allow McVay to get in, to get acclimated to being an offensive coordinator and kind of grooming him along and eventually taking that role in full. So I thought that was an excellent choice as well. I know a lot of people question the fact that Jim Haslett is still on this staff. What can I say? I know the numbers speak for itself. We haven't been very, very good in that department at all, in overall defense. Continuity? Maybe. I know a lot of people don't like Haslett, and rightfully so. But I do like having the familiar faces for Gruden to get off to a smooth start, having some familiarity on the staff and guys who can help him along. And whether you like it or not, Haslett has had coaching experience. They coached together in the UFL. So that's a big step in creating a coaching staff. We do have a new special teams coach, Ben. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. He comes from the New York Jets, so that's a plus because we know our special teams was god awful this year. And we got another outside linebackers coach and linebackers coach from the Cleveland Browns as well. So they're starting to build a staff here. Like I said, hopefully this breathes some life into this football team, and we can, with the cap room, with sound choices all across the board from top to bottom, we can start building a football team and start moving in the right direction and making consistent runs in the playoffs. So here we go. Start of the offseason, getting prepared for the draft. So I hope you guys are as excited or cautiously optimistic as I am. Well, again, we thank you for watching the show. Hey, is there something you want to talk about? If you want to talk about what we said here today, hey, leave comments at the bottom of the show. We'll keep that dialogue going with you, and then keep the dialogue going with yourselves. It's a lot to talk about with the Washington Redskins. If there's something you want us to talk about or want our take on regarding the Skins, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. We'll be glad to answer your email and create a show and talk about what it is you are concerned about. Well, again, we thank you. You've been watching another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk.